On this SMP, I am starving. I've been stealing food from other people, and frankly, I want to put my life of crime behind me. So today, using the mods available to me on the server, I'm going to be automating the most unnecessarily ridiculous food imaginable. Before I actually get started, I need to make myself a little room, because as much fun as I'm having building these little farms in just random places around my island, today's project is going to be the start of the actual base that I want to do. And, like I said in a previous video, in order to do that, we've got to cover up this hole so we'll no longer be able to see our beautiful factory, but that's fine. What I have to do to actually cover this up is I want to flatten it out. If we go over here, you'll be able to see I've actually started a little bit of a guide area right here. And this is just to let me know where I want this to be flattened out, along with providing a little bit of space for the digging machine that I want to build so it doesn't actually break these things, because I don't want to lose my stuff. That would be bad. In order to actually begin, though, I'm going to need to get myself some drills. A lot of drills. This part is probably not going to be super fun, but that's why we've got our factory, because if we do need a lot of resources for something, we'll actually be able to, get them without it being a huge hassle. The other thing that I need to add to this contraption is a bunch of chests, because if I don't, every single block that it breaks is going to end up on the floor, and personally, I don't really want that many entities in my base at one time. I'm going to hope and pray that 20 double chests will be enough to get me through this, but honestly, it might not be. I don't know. Reality is, once I glue this whole thing together, it's done. That's the whole contraption. It's literally nothing. I just have to put it onto a minecart, and then I have to build out a rail in the direction that I want it to go. This one, I don't know why I built right here, because it's going to go like 5 blocks, and then there'll be nothing because it'll be done. So I actually don't know what direction I want to start in. I have an idea, though. So if I power this thing, it should... did that work? Oh, it did! Okay, my mining has contraptioned. This is beautiful. What I can do now, though, is I can pick this whole thing up with a wrench. Boom, minecart contraption in my inventory. This is wonderful. Now we can just move this to where I want it to go first. And I think what I want to do is actually get it so that I can get the peaks off of this thing first, because I feel like if I go from the top down, it'll make it a lot easier, so I won't have to get any straggling blocks up here at the top. If I am correct, if I place this contraption down here, it should span not only all the way into the pit, but also the top layer should line up, and it looks like it does. Okay, this is good. Now I've just got to build myself a rail line that goes all the way through the hill, and then if I place down the contraption and give it a push, yes? It's going. Very slowly, but it's going. I guess it's just going to be a little slow, but this is perfect because it's doing all the work for me. Looks like I didn't quite get it, but that's okay. It's like one layer up at the top. I can deal with this. Oh my god, what's happening? What's happening? Whoa! Hey, you! Screw you! Oh my god, creeper. Wow, run away. Well, that was fun. Okay, cool. Not really sure why it did that. Let's just get you back on course. Give it a little bit of a push so it can get to back where it needed to be. There we go. Okay. Wow, that was insane. And would you look at that? It looks like the first layer's done. Okay, let's pick this. Where's my wrench? Let's pick this thing back up, please. And now, every location that I need to do this in, I have to set up one of these tracks, which isn't that big of a deal. This is already going by significantly faster than it would have if I decided to do this by hand, which I almost did, because I don't always think things through. The rest of this process took kind of a long time. The time lapse you're seeing right now is just over an hour, and while it wasn't a difficult process, it was definitely an annoying one having to create a minecart rail every time I wanted to do a new line of mining. I do plan on making a better mining contraption in the future. I just needed something quick and easy for this process. I also decided to just go ahead and fill in all of the stone and the big hole with dirt right after flattening it all out, and funnily enough, it took like twice as long to do this part as it did the initial flattening. But with that, the apparent second annual flattening of the island on the Recreate SMP is now complete. I have so much room to work with now, it's kind of insane. It also looks absolutely insane on the map. I am pretty sure this island is bigger than last season's, but with this completely done now, we can actually move on to the second part of this project. So one of the mods that we have on the SMP is called Some Assembly Required, which is what adds these bread slices and this, the sandwich station. What we can actually do with this is if we put down a piece of bread and then start stacking other foods on top of it, let's just do some suspicious stew in my inventory, because why not? You can see we can make ourselves actual sandwiches, and these are really good too. If we look at the stats of this thing, one single piece of suspicious stew gives us 3.5 hunger bars and 4.5 bars of saturation, and because it's a suspicious stew sandwich, it also gives us instant health and insane saturation that brings the bars all the way up every single time. Using that mod plus create, we're going to make a machine that gives us a sandwich that has bread, suspicious stew, a burger, a patty, a burger, a patty, another burger, and then another piece of bread on top, aka the ultimatum from that one episode of Regular Show as best as I could make it. Now, the schematic itself for this doesn't actually require that many resources, only 6 pages. The one that's going to be a problem is this, rich soil, which we need 7.25 stacks of. The reason that this is going to take so long is if we look at the rich soil crafting recipe, we need to let a bunch of organic compost sit out for a while. We'll do it next to some water to speed it up, but then that turns into rich soil. This is the organic compost recipe. It's kind of a pain to get. Oh my god, I'm gonna need like 24 stacks of bark to do this. Or like 28. Maybe I could go steal bone meal and rotten flesh from somewhere. I don't know. I should probably just start by getting the dirt itself. So there's the 7 stacks plus 16. And then I gotta think, does anybody... Actually, how much bones do I have? Oh, okay. I might just have enough bones for all the bone meal that I need on me, which would mean we only need straw and rotten flesh, which I don't think would be that hard to... Oh, that's a lot of dirt already in my bag. I didn't need those 7.5 stacks that I put in here. Okay, that's fine, I guess. But what was I saying? With all this bone meal, I'll only need to go get myself, it's the straw and rotten flesh, and I'm pretty sure it's at least one person has a mob farm going. Yeah, okay, this should be more than enough bone meal. Plus, I have a ton extra too, which I'm gonna turn completely into bone meal just in case, because I don't trust my math. I could use a calculator, but I'm not going to. Oh, no! Oh, we need so much more bone meal than I thought. I thought I was only needing 2 stacks, but that's if I want to do the tree bark route of this recipe. Ah, this sucks. Okay, it's fine. It's, whatever. Honestly, I know Zeroshi has a basically unlimited supply of logs, which I can use for the bark, so I don't think that that version of the recipe is actually gonna be that hard to do. Maybe he'll have straw, too. I don't actually know how to get straw. Oh, wait, I probably do have a little bit of straw, but you make it by cutting rice? And I don't have that. God. Okay, I guess blocks of bamboo are gonna be my way to get straw. Okay, where is this wood supply? Here we go. I think that should be more than enough at this point, honestly. Now the last thing that I do need to figure out is the straw. Do we have a bamboo jungle anywhere? It does not appear so, which is kind of a problem. Like, I have the bamboo being produced in my farm back at home, but like if I go and look in my vault to see how much straw I have, yeah, it's basically nothing. I have half a stack. Okay. What about bamboo? Not enough. I'll get as much of this as I possibly can, but I am probably going to have to go out and get some more. Oh my god, yeah. All of that only gave us 32 blocks of bamboo. And I'm pretty sure the way that this works is if I put it on a cutting board and then chop it. Oh, that is so unfortunate. I regret designing this thing to not save the straw because we'd have so much by now. Oh, this is incredibly unfortunate. Okay, I'll chop all of this up, but then we're gonna have to go make our way over to some kind of bamboo, or like maybe we can use more bone meal to grow more. Either way, it's gonna be a pain to do. I actually think I'm gonna get the tree bark out of the way first, because then after that, the only thing we'll need to worry about is the straw, which will be fine, I hope. But now that I've got all this tree bark, it's time to head on over to a bamboo forest. I've been informed that there's one like here-ish. So I'm just gonna, where is it? Where'd the waypoint go? Oh, there we go. I'm gonna fly over there and hope that I wasn't lied to. Aha, yes, no lying was done. Okay, this is perfect. I hope the biome is big enough for all the bamboo that I'm gonna need. But without further ado, deforestation. And with all that gone, you can now see that I have a lot of blocks of bamboo, way more than I actually needed to get, which is fine. A surplus is okay. I've just now got to chop all that up to get the straw and then craft all of that into the organic compost. Now that we do have all this organic compost, we have to turn it into the rich soil itself, and to do that, we actually just have to let it sit out. The way I'm actually going to go about this is I'm going to do this in rows of 32 like this, because one of the factors that you can actually use to speed up the rich soilification of the organic compost is by having it next to water. So I'm going to put water next to all of these, like in this little gap right here, and then that'll aid it into turning into the soil a little bit faster. Yeah, okay, I haven't even finished setting this thing up, but if you look here, this texture change on the organic compost means that it's turning into the soil, which means that I am actually doing everything right. With the water all in place and the setup now done, the next thing I have to do is just wait. And wait I did, but not for that long, as the whole process only actually took like just over an hour to do, I think. The time lapse you're seeing right now, though, is only about the first 15 minutes of it, because of course, when I set it up and stepped away for a little to let the game do its thing, the server restarted, kicking me and stopping my recording. Even though it's not the whole process, it should give you a good idea of what exactly was happening as the organic compost turned into rich soil. Now that all of our dirt is dirtified, we can go ahead and collect it and pop it on into the vault next to the schematic cannon. In all honesty, the rest of the stuff on the checklist shouldn't take too long to get. I'm pretty sure most of what we're gonna need is actually just gonna already be in our storage system. And I was completely correct. Getting all 6 pages took like genuinely no time at all. But if we go over here and look in the vault, you can see that we have everything we need to get this thing going. Hey guys, Editing Ryan here. Of course, despite the other 2 time lapses earlier in the video working perfectly, this one decided to just not do that. It's fine though, because it genuinely only took like 3 minutes for the schematic cannon to finish the machine anyways, so instead I figured I'd give you all a brief explanation of how the thing works. The whole machine is powered by 6 farms, 3 wheat, 1 tomato, 1 onion, and 1 cabbage. The bottom 5 farms funnel down into this vault and are then sorted onto multiple different belt lines, with the wheat being turned into bread and split into 2 different pats. One of these is for burgers with all the other crops, and the other is for creating toast that will be the top and bottom of the sandwiches. The other wheat farm is used to power the machine's cow breeder, and once the cows grow up and they're killed, they have their items sent into this saw, which turns the beef into minced meat. This is then funneled down into a system that sorts out the leather and cooks the minced meat into beef patties. These patties are then split up again into 2 different pats, one going straight into the farm and the other leading to burger production. There's also a small loop for suspicious stew, which gives the burgers better saturation. Once all these resources are in the system, a piece of toast will be sent down the assembly line to be turned into the ultimate burger sandwich type thing. With that explanation out of the way, let's go back to me at a time where I thought the time lapse had worked. And would you look at that, the completely finished burger farm. This thing is crazy. It doesn't take up that big of a footprint down here, but it's like 47 blocks tall, which is absolutely insane. You can also see that I've already gone ahead and put the crops in, as well as putting the cows up there too for the breeding. The next thing I need to do is just turn it on. In order to do that, we actually have to connect it up with chain conveyors, because that's how this thing's going to be powered. I added a safety precaution in the form of a clutch in case I do need to turn it off, but I'm very curious, how far can these chains go? Because I have a feeling this will just connect. Yeah, okay, cool. Just got to make sure that up here is spinning clockwise. Okay, I am terrified. On. Okay, everything's going the right way. This is wonderful. This is beautiful. And then we can see the items are going down here. Oh, this is really good. And then they should start to be sorted out here. I am so happy this is working. Oh my god. The bread should be going too, please. Where's bread? Oh my god, I forgot that vaults are kind of broken now. Yep, there we go. Okay, bread should start appearing over here now. Oh, and it started to do sandwich stuff. Oh, this is good. This is good. Yes, and bread is doing its thing. Okay, that does unfortunately mean that I'm gonna have to go through, and replace all these vaults. It's not gonna be that difficult of a process, thankfully. And now that that's all done, it's time to play everyone's favorite game, the waiting game. There's not really much that I can do about this. I kind of just have to let it do its thing for a little bit. So I'm going to let it run for a couple hours, and hopefully by the time I come back, we'll have some absolutely insane sandwiches to finally try out. It works, it works, it works. Oh my god, look at this sandwich. It is beautiful. It gives 25 bars of hunger and 39 saturation. This thing is absolutely insane. And if we look at our system, we've already got 163 of them. Or I guess 164 if you count the one I had in my hands. But this thing is producing more sandwiches than I'm ever gonna eat, which leads me into today's secret third project. As you can see here, I've got a clipboard with about 9 pages of stuff, and if you look, it's actually a lot of decorative items, and that's because I'm gonna be building my first shop here in the shopping district, right here specifically next to this cafe. For the most part, the materials list is fine. There's some stuff that I'm actually not sure how I'm gonna get. I do know that the one thing that is gonna kind of kill me though is that block of lime cardboard. That stuff is gonna be kind of a pain to get. I think I can make this like semi-automated if I have this water pump going from here. I'm not sure if it's gonna refill itself. No, okay. I gotta figure that out. Alright, I got it all figured out. Now it's time to make a lot of cardboard. And if we take a look in this chest, you can see I now have all of the cardboard required for this project. I definitely got all of this by myself and wasn't just given it to me by Gunji Cord. But with the cardboard done, the rest of the list should honestly be relatively easy to get. Compared to the burger farm itself, if I were to guess, this process is going to take a little bit longer just because I don't have as many of the materials readily available to me, and a lot of the stuff is blocks that I just don't have automated yet. The one thing that I think is going to be a little annoying to get though is going to be the concrete and concrete powder just because of the required dyes. But if we take a look inside this vault, you can see that I now have everything required for this build to get done. Unlike the last build, I actually have a way for this one to have a working time lapse, so without further ado, let's just jump right on into it. The server shut down halfway through and I hate my life, but what I don't hate is my brand new Bob's Burgers themed burger shop. We go inside. I haven't set any prices or added any burgers yet because I'm gonna wait for a bit of a surplus to go, but then we got this Moo Bloom in here who's our shopkeeper, and if we go upstairs, you can see I've got a vault for storage of the burgers as well as a chain conveyor system that is currently not hooked up to anything. Okay, I'll have to fix that later, but I'm done. I am so happy that this thing is finished. I love the design so much. It took like 3 hours to do, but I honestly think it turned out really nice. It's a fun little shop inside. I think the outside looks really good. Thank you, Create Copycats, for the beautiful blocks. I eventually will add a sign here that says something other than Bob's Burgers, probably Ryan's Burgers, I know. Super creative. But for now, I think I'm done with food-related stuff. From this point on, Lemon Sky Ryan will no longer starve.